Beautiful Scorpios. Hi. I'm feeling really tender coming into these readings this month, sitting back in this space that I haven't fully inhabited since about March or April. Coming back here for September is feeling really potent. It's helping me reflect, and I hope that our chat today can be something soothing to take with you into the new month as you explore yourself and become more yourself and find more peace and magic in your life. So let's get into it. September is just really about alchemy and realignment, breakthroughs, opening doors. There's a lot of symbolism going on, and there's an interweaving of energies that's really powerful. And this is an important time of year for Scorpios. Unbelievably, we're already here where by the end of the month, we're in Libra season, which is the sign right before you. And as we enter Libran energy, of course, we are entering a place for Scorpios that has to do with communing with the big vision before coming into kind of a rebirth. So it's really potent energy. But before we even get to Libra, we of course have Virgo season, which is just so alchemical, so powerful, so much about the mixing of elements in order to find a center point. It's just, this month is really important and beautiful. The Sun and Venus are going to move through this sign of Virgo. And this does have to do with the communal aspect of your life and friendship and connection and all those beautiful energies. And I think that's going to be really nice. We also have a full moon in Pisces, fellow water sign, illuminating your fifth house, your heart. And I think that this combo, the Virgo Pisces energy, it flows really well with you, Scorpio. And this can be a really wonderful time to dream beautiful dreams. Like truly have fun in the dream visionary space. Along with that, in tandem with that, we have Mercury retrograde beginning in Libra on the 9th, moving back through Libra, and then joining and moving through Virgo starting on the 23rd. This Mercury retrograde is spiritual for you. It's about spiritual alchemy. And part of what's going to be going on here with this Mercury retrograde, what I'm seeing here is this is a wonderful opportunity to connect with any haunted houses, but also to give yourself the permission to dream the beautiful dream. Dream the dream that makes you feel safe and loved, and that allows you to do excavations and visioning from the place of that. So often, I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart actually. So this is energy I really jive with. It's a very big part of my life. And I know we like to go to the depths and dive into the psychology of things, the unconscious of things, and really explore and move with it. That's an innate part of what we do, to get into the mystery of it. And there's one part of that is looking at our haunted houses and looking at the fears and looking at the places where we are in old patterning. Of course, that's so interesting and fun. But I think we sometimes forget there's this other part, which is the excavation and visioning that we do when we are activating parts of our spirit and parts of our minds and our bodies that are longing for positive activation, right? Like, not that it's about negative or positive necessarily, but I mean activating parts of ourselves that have creative vision, activating and excavating part of ourselves that we may have put to rest or put on the back burner in our survival modes in those haunted houses from other times. There's another way that we excavate and vision that isn't just about doing the integration and the healing from, past pain. And I think sometimes it's easy to forget about that excavation and visioning from that place. And it also is subconscious and unconscious stuff. This isn't all just the shadow, right? And I think one of the things that I'm seeing with the energetics for Scorpio this month, especially as we move into Libra season, we move through that equinox, we start to work with a lot of energy in your neighboring sign with the new moon and the sun there, and even Venus joining the party. This is going to be a time of really wonderful excavation of visions that want to come into life now. I just want to also mention, just really quickly, that in general, over the next 6 months or so, you all are going to be working with this Mars and Gemini in your 8th house transformational sign. There's going to be a retrograde going on there. This is one of your original rulers, Mars. This is a time where new aspects of yourself are becoming revealed, and you'll be noticing that, yes, some of that might be about the shedding and the letting go. A lot of this is going to be about the creative building and bringing forth of unconscious, beautiful things that want to be dreamed and visioned. 3 cards just popped out all together in my hand. I love it. 9 of Cups, King of Wands, and the World. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. You know what I see initially when I see these 3 cards is like full circle. These are cards that have to do with things coming full circle. Things completing, understandings coming through. I remember there was this phase in my life. I felt like nothing closed out. It just felt like I kept going, and like there'd be new elements and things thrown at me, and I wouldn't know how any of it connected. And I remember feeling really disoriented by that. And then finally, things started to just like come full circle. I met my partner, and it was in this weird synchronistic way that it's hard to even explain in this video. And work things were coming full circle. There was all this stuff happening. And that's kind of the feeling I get here. You know, 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups, speaking of dreaming the beautiful dream, is also about that. It's also about the parts of ourselves that create from a place of floating and safety and softness, right? It's so interesting, the different tones and textures and colors we get from creating from different modalities. I think that's so interesting. I don't really think there's a better or worse one. Like, I think the modality of some of my best painting and some of my best writing has come from when I'm in the haunted house. As I'm watching it, as I'm perceiving it, I have some of my best work there. The tones, the textures, the understanding, the despair, so good. It's also really interesting to explore and create from the 9 of Cups beautiful dream. What tones and textures come out there? What visions come out there? You're going to be asked to inhabit that a little bit and see where that takes you. And it's really interesting. But this is also a card of contentment in full circle. 9 is like full circle number. The King of Wands is master of his own destiny. Whenever I see the King of Wands, I think about somebody who's sitting and looking on their road ahead and connecting with it and able to see their connection with it in a way that feels really, really empowering. And with that is the World. And it's, you know, this is a potent energy, the world dancer with the cardinal signs here. And there you are. And you know, this is the final major arcana card. This is about a mastery of a whole journey. If you think about this card in the context of the entire major arcana, there has been a journey through the becoming an individual self, going through the subconscious, learning to integrate the two, learning to bring that subconscious into the conscious, and then being able to work with all the elements all at once. So good job, Scorpio. But this is so interesting to me because it's a recognition that you have different modalities of creation and envisioning and that you're allowed to use them all. And this month you are going to be asked to dream the beautiful dream and do the excavations and visioning from that place. But that's also partially due to the fact that you can do visioning and excavation from other landscapes. And that makes it the beautiful vision that it is. I hope that makes sense. Regardless, these are really supportive cards of you. And there's a message here that just wants to come through that, you know, you're allowed to feel safe and held. And practice into that at this time. It's important for you in what is to come next as we begin to prepare for Scorpio season. I would love to see you over on my Patreon. I do weekly teachings there. If you are looking for a little more guidance, a little community, a little coziness, it's very affordable. You can join at any time. You can leave at any time. Love to see you there. You can also find me on my Instagram and on my website, anywhere you may be looking for a little more connection, a little more communion. It's my way to give back. I'd love to see you in all those places, and I'd love to see you here, of course. Have a beautiful September, my Scorpio friends, and I hope to talk with you very, very soon.